With the 2024 year coming to an end, I thought it'd be a good idea to take a look back and see all the different EX, Bounty Fest, and Step Up characters that we got over the past year. What's going on, guys, and Happy New Year's to everyone. As you can tell by the title and thumbnail, we're going to be taking a look at all the best characters of 2024, and I'm going to separate this into a top 10 list of EXs, top 10 lists of Bounty Fest, and I was going to do a top 10 list of Step Ups, but there's barely any Step Ups, as you'll see in a second. So here we have every character in One Piece Bounty Rush. As you can see, if you go to the locked section, there's no locked characters. So I'm just filtering my inbox by order received, and we're gonna go all the way down to the first character of 2024. Quite a bit of scrolling, but we're getting there. This is around 2023 characters, all these characters, I believe, and bam, Yace is the first character that we got for 2024. These guys were released on January 2024 for the 5th anniversary, and we also got Whitebeard and stuff. But pretty much all the characters that you see after Yace and Whitebeard are the characters that we got for 2024. So as you can see, there's a lot of characters here. A lot of Egghead characters. We had S-Snake and stuff, Jabra, of course. There's some strong characters in the meta that you're gonna see here, and all these characters lead us up to Garp right here, because that's the big boy that we just got recently. But we're also gonna include some of the buffed characters in this list as well, and I'm gonna count them as 2024 characters. For example, EX Yamato did get buffed, and also Blue Kaido, who actually dropped for 3rd anniversary. We're gonna consider characters that got buffed in 2024 as 2024 characters, because honestly, they're like whole new characters. Also, like I said, we're not gonna do a step up section because we have not even enough step ups. We have Helmeppo, Bonnie, York. I would say York is probably the best one. York and Gownfall, if you're really wondering which step ups are good. And Atlas, come on, bro, like we can't even mention Atlas. But anyways, with all that being said, let's get into the top 10 Bounty Festival list first. Starting with number 10, we have S-Shark. Even though he's at the bottom of the list, don't get it wrong, this guy is him when it comes to running. In my opinion, he's somewhat of a updated runner king, because instead of flying, he could swim, and he also gets continuous healing while he's swimming around. So he just keeps getting HP recovery, and just like Runner King, he has the trait where he could capture the flag and get 3 free dodges. So that does give him a little edge when you want to capture the flag. At number 9, we got the boy Odin, and it honestly hurts me a little bit putting him here. I can't lie. As you can see, I did have rank number 1 with him, and that's because when he dropped, I just went crazy. This dude, he's a Bounty Festival attacker. He's able to stay alive forever on the flag, unless you see a light element Shanks that's got guaranteed KO, or if someone sets you on fire and throws you off the flag, you're surviving on the flag no matter what. The thing is, he does have his skill 2, which counters other Odins like yourself. So you can get countered by another Odin by doing the skill 2, and it cancels that 1 HP trait. But his skills are so satisfying, they hit so hard, and I wish I could put him higher on the list, but there's been a lot more Bounty Fest that dropped that kind of overshadow him now. At number 8, we got the boy BX0, the Pacifista. If you're abusing the Pacifista, I know what type of man you are. All jokes aside, Pacifista is a really cool character though, because you could just fire your Kizaru beams, you could explode on them, and on top of that, you have a shield, which is the best part. So every time you do knockback, which you could do with your 3rd normal attack, your skills and stuff, you get your shield back. At number 7, we got the boy called Gaara, and this guy is definitely a beast. He just be on the caveman timing where you're just spamming your normal attacks. You got your skill 1 dash, which isn't like a regular dash, bro. This dash hits super hard because it ignores damage reduction. But his skill 2 is definitely his bread and butter. When he's popping his skill 2 and spinning that crazy cannonball around, again, he's ignoring damage reduction on all the hits, doing a lot of damage. And on top of that, he can't be KO'd. He pretty much has a trait which allows him to resist stagger, being down, knockback, and 1 HP will be left even if KO'd by enemy while he's doing that skill 2. And that's what makes him so broken. You always want to try getting that skill 2. At number 6, we got the boy Egghead Luffy. I have a feeling that some of y'all are gonna be mad that I put him above Kalgara, PX0, and those crazy attackers, but in my opinion, he's just such a rat, and when you reach that flow state, you could cap so many flags with him. Pretty much how he works is his skill 1 teleports you to the furthest undefended flag. Keep that in mind. It has to be no one on the flag or no enemies on the flag, and you'll teleport to that flag. But also, after you cap the flag 2 times, so you cap one flag, say you cap your spawn flag, you wait for your skill 1 cooldown, because there's a little cooldown in the beginning. Then you teleport to another flag, you cap that, you'll get instant skill cooldown by 50% for both your skills. That just makes him so broken because you could spam his skill 1 like crazy. Eventually, after you get, like I said, you get into that flow state and you're just teleporting all over the place, capturing flags and doing your thing. All right, we're here in the top 5 now, and for number 5, we got the boy Dory. As you can see, this dude is the first of the giant characters we got. We got Dory and Bragi. We're probably gonna get more giant characters in the future. If for some reason you've been out of the loop with the big characters, pretty much how they works is they're literally big. They have a bigger attack range and could attack over floors. So if you're from the bottom floor, you could attack on the second floor. As you can see, they have movement restrictions. This is a little annoying. You can't go on the Yagura Bulls or go through little underpasses or anything like that. And the biggest thing about these giant characters is instead of having a dodge, they have a block. And just like perfect dodge, they have a perfect block. And when you do perfect block, you're pretty much able to stagger the enemy and then start wailing at them again. And as you can see, it says perfect guards have a slightly longer window of opportunity than perfect dodge. So it's like kind of annoying. The timing's different for perfect block, so these giants could be annoying to fight, I'm not gonna lie. And for Dory especially, you get skill 1 cooldown if you're able to get a perfect guard. So you could perfect guard and then boom, you get that skill 1 cooldown, which is that Hakai skill that him and Bragi have. All in all, definitely a really good attacker, worthy of making it to the top 5. At the number 4 spot, we got that boy Egghead Sanji. Who would have thought Sanji would be here in the top 5 Bounty Fest? But hey man, he made it. I believe he's the first defender we even saw on the Bounty Fest list, which goes to say a lot about defenders right now. But regardless, this boy Sanji has amazing skills. He's able to get HP recovery, do a lot of damage reduction, do a lot of damage with that skill 2 Kondoriano strike. And as you can see, it's based on his defense, and he does have a trait where he stacks defense every time you get hit or your ally gets hit, which is huge. So your allies could go out there while you're charging up the first flag, they're getting hit and stuff, they're stacking up defense for you, which allows you to go smack them with that skill 2 and do a lot of damage. Besides that, he's got the resist stagger and knockback on your captured area trait, which is my favorite, and nullify status effect on your flag. So he's like a super raw blue defender. And if you're OG blue defender main like Magellan, Enel, Sengoku, this is the 2024 version right here. All right, getting into the top 3 Bounty Fest, we have 3 really crazy characters. And for number 3, we have the boy Blueno. Blueno is definitely one of the most annoying runners in the game, and you'll be seeing him cap flags left and right because, of course, he's got the door fruit, which allows him to either teleport to the closest flag to him if he doesn't hold down the skill, and if he holds down the skill, he could teleport to the furthest flag away from him, which gives him a lot of variety to capture flags. And also, his skill 1 cartwheel skill not only gives him a lot of distance to keep cartwheeling away, but he also gets rid of enemy skill cooldown, which is super annoying. I was definitely debating whether Blueno or Sanji get in the top 3 spot, but just for the fact that he's a runner, I feel like he deserves the top 3 spot for the Bounty Festival list. All right, and at the number 2 spot for the Bounty Festival characters, we got Halloween Uta, who honestly was the most random character that could have dropped on Halloween. I personally didn't see it coming. I don't know if anyone saw it coming, but they dropped her, and it turns out she's one of the most broken characters, even over EXs in the game. Pretty much how she works is she's a transforming character. She could turn into a runner, or a defender. And besides the skill she has, just like, you know, all the other Utas, I don't know about blue Uta, but red attacker Uta also has a shield. She has the shield, but also has this pumpkin. So you could place the pumpkin down right next to the closest flag you're at, either if you're defending it or trying to cap it. And if you're trying to cap it, you could ignore the enemy and cap it. If you're above 70%, you have a pumpkin shield, you have your regular shield, and once you cap it, you turn into a defender, recover your shield. It's just broken. It's just broken how she works. She honestly could be deserving of the #1 spot on this list, but the #1 just had to be who he is, you know, like who he is. That should be a hint right there. And at the #1 spot, we have him. He's him, bruh. He's that guy. That guy for real, Jabra. This boy is a menace to society, menace to OPBR. He literally takes care of this skill too. I promise you it's bugged. There's something wrong with this skill. I feel like, max 4 consecutive hits based on defense. So it's based on defense. I don't think it's max 4 consecutive hits. I feel like it hits like every, like, I don't even know, bro. It feels like 8 or 12 hits or something. Because no matter what character you are, you're getting clapped. And skill 1's good. It's a teleport skill, again, based on defense. It does damage too, but this one more so just helps you recharge your skill. Like, I don't even know how he works. I feel like, yeah, when you're attacking the enemy, you're getting skill 2 cooldown and you're taking care of their dodge. So when you do the skill 1, you attack the enemy a lot, you get skill 2 cooldown, you pop the skill 2. And when you land the skill 2, you get shield recovery, which is crazy. I didn't even mention the fact that he does have a shield. Yeah, this dude is the most broken attacker in the game. He takes care of any character. And he could take care of any character in the game. And definitely not just for top 10 Bounty Fest. I'll put him in even like top 3 characters in general. There you have it for the Bounty Festival top 10 list. And I do want to quickly do some honorable mentions that didn't make the Bounty Festival list, because I know that some of you guys might be mad that they didn't make the list, but you have to understand that this list is also subjective as well as from my experience in the meta. In terms of Defender Bounty Fest, there's some that didn't make the list just because, you know, all these, the rest of the Bounty Fest are just so good. But we have Kaku. That boy Kaku, I feel like was good when he came out initially and he could do good against Shanks. But honestly, now, like, I don't know what you're gonna do with him. But, you know, if you like playing with that giraffe pistol, go for it. Bragi also didn't make the list, even though Dory did. I'm sorry, not both of the big characters could make the bounty list. But hey, man, this dude Bragi is still a really good defender. You could cook with him, don't get me wrong. I just feel like the other Bounty Fests were a little more better. I do personally want to mention Lilith as well, because, you know, she's broken, bro. Like, I'm telling you, she's broken. Now, for real though, she's actually broken because she could place a bubble, you stand in the bubble, and then just spray your skill 1 and just spam everyone. And she does do more damage to power users, but even so, I feel like the rest of the people, you can knock them back and defend for sure. Some attackers that didn't make the list were Esper, definitely a solid attacker. He's kind of tricky to use, but, you know, you could send people back to their spawns with his skill 1, which is always nice. S-Hawk also didn't make the list, unfortunately, but this boy is definitely broken, don't get me wrong. The only thing is you have to land your 3rd normal attack, and after you land that, you could go crazy, you could do your thing. I also mentioned in the beginning of the video that buffed characters count as 2024 characters, even if they're older, and we didn't get any in this list, but in the honorable mentions, I do want to mention Seahawk or buffed Jinbei. I think after the buff, he's super cracked, not just for power users, just in general. He could even beat Garp up. Like, I know it could go either way, like Garp versus Jinbei. Jinbei could definitely win the fight if he's aggressive enough. Lastly, I wanted to mention Egghead Zoro. Super solid character, not really a runner. In my opinion, I feel like he's a little selfish. Like, you have to be selfish with Zoro because you're only capping flags in order to get your hockey state, your King of Hell hockey state. And you always want to attack characters to, again, get your King of Hell hockey state because you want that up. When you are in the hockey state, I feel like he's OP, like he can't be KO'd and stuff. You could recover your HP, whatever, and go crazy. But I just feel like he's not the best when it comes to running or the best when it comes to attacking. He's like a jack of all trades, master of none or something. All right, so now's the moment that everyone's been waiting for, the top 10 EXs of 2024 in One Piece Bounty Rush. Starting with number 10, we have that boy Whitebeard at the bottom of the list, unfortunately. As you can see, I got ranked 3 with Whitebeard when he dropped, and this boy was super broken for literally like a week until they dropped Dark Roger. I still think he's pretty broken depending on the lobbies you get. If you don't have Dark Roger and super broken meta characters, this dude could still dominate because his skill 1, you know, hits across the map and stuff. Same with the skill 2, it summons rocks on all the flags that you have, and this is your like pinch skill. You could pretty much just summon rocks everywhere on every flag and make sure you're defending them. But that's kind of all he has to offer now. It's pretty sad. Like everything else, like he's got a whole lot of yip yap for traits, but like he gets cooked. Next on the list, we have Yace, the Yamato and Ace EX dual unit. These guys are super fun to use, super broken still, don't get me wrong, super broken. Them being this low in the list goes to show how crazy this EX list is about to be. Pretty much how they work is they have 4 skills in total. As you can see, Ace got Fire Gun, the Flame Pillar shield skill, and both their skill 1s are invincible. And heal them. That's how their heals work. You pop the skill 1 to heal. And how dual units work, if you guys don't know, you just hold the normal attack button and you could switch between them anytime. There's no cooldown. You could flip-flop as many times as you want. Even though you could switch between them, they both are just attackers. So that's honestly, I guess, the biggest downfall. They're, you know, at the end of the day, you're not capping flags or defending, which is why they're so low on the list. At number 8, we got our first buffed character, and that's buffed Roger. Even though this Roger dropped for 2nd anniversary, they buffed him up and made him a complete beast again. This Kamusari will shred through anyone, and just like Jabra, I feel like he's a character that could really deal with any other character in the game. That's because he could just stack up his attack over time, and you do that by landing your skill 1 a lot of times. Every time you land your skill 1, you're stacking up some attack. And his skill 2 is damage reflection. So not only are you reducing damage, you're also reflecting it back at the enemy, all the damage they throw at you. At the number 7 spot, we got another Roger, but this time around, it's that boy Dark Roger, the runner Roger, who really had his era. He stole Whitebeard's shine. He got Kamusari here, but this time it's a running skill. So you're running, again getting damage reflection, but you're running around and just Kamusari people. His skill 1's alright, it's just a little knockback that does a lot of damage for no reason. But this guy's good for one thing and one thing only, and that's capping flags. That's because he could ignore the flag and cap it, so you just go run up on people, stun them with your Kamusari, and start capping the flag. The only issue now is there's a lot of other characters that could deal with him, which is why I had to put him a little lower on the list. Otherwise, I feel like depending on the lobby, again, he could be the one dominating in the lobby, or he could be getting completely dominated. Next up, we got the boy Light Element Shanks. This is, maybe I'm biased and I put him over Roger. I feel like they're interchangeable for sure. You could mix and match, but in my opinion, Light Shanks, not only is he a runner, but he could hold his own. He could fight people. He could deal with a lot of the meta with his guaranteed KO, because nowadays so many people have little traits to stay alive, and all you have to do with this Shanks is wither him down to below 30% HP, and then you unlock the guaranteed KO state, which you could just guarantee KO with your skill 2. So you have 2 parts of the skill 2, as you can see here, and this will allow you to guarantee KO anyone. And of course, we have Kamusari, and this is the biggest part. He's the runner. You got Kamusari that ignores defense, ignores obstacle, recovery block. He's super fun to use in my opinion. He's probably my most used character of 2024. Getting into the top 5, we got the boy Awaken Lucci. I put this dude on top of Roger and Shanks because even though Shanks is a runner that could attack, Lucci is literally a runner and an attacker. So again, if you hold his normal attack button, unlike Ace and Yamato, he doesn't switch characters, he just switches forms. Pretty much how Lucci works is he's got a lot of movement and he's invisible on the flag when you're above 70%. So you could do your skill 1, which pretty much allows him to pinpoint exactly where he needs to go. And then he got his skill 2, which is an invincible runaway skill. Then Then in his awakened form, you could fight a lot of people. When you're on the flag, you get heals when you're fighting. You got your Rakugan that ignores defense. It's got fixed damage and just a lot of damage. And your skill 1, which applies the Claude status effect, which gets rid of any hold skills or normal attacks. So other Luchis won't be able to transform and stuff like that. Like as snakes, you could stop them from teleporting. Yamato aces that we previously mentioned, they can't switch either. There's just so much traits that this Lucci has, and he definitely deserves the top 5 ranking. This boy is broken. You just gotta learn him a little bit. At the number 4 spot, we got buffed Kaido, another old unit from 3rd anniversary, making it to 2024 list. This boy Kaido is so broken after the buff. He's just too broken. His blast breath, it just hits harder. I don't know what they like. The animations is faster, everything. His normal attacks are faster. He's just a lot quicker of a character. And the biggest thing is he stacks his defense a lot faster and also stacks attack now. So not only is he stacking his defense faster, he only needs 1 flag. Charge it up fully, you'll have 50% attack stacked up and 70% defense. So he's cracked. I don't know what they were thinking with his buffs. His skill 2 is a lot faster now. It's honestly faster than even Whitebeard's skill, which Whitebeard was a 2024 character. And now with this Kaido buff, they made this guy even better than EX Whitebeard. Also with his skill 1, they added a little push away feature, which pretty much allows you to push back people from their flag, and then you just blast them away with the blast breath. Cook him, does a lot of damage. Unfortunately, he didn't make the top 3, but the fact that this old character from 3rd anniversary is all the way here in the top 5 EX list of 2024 is pretty crazy. Moving on to the top 3, we have buffed Yamato at rank number 3. Another buffed unit yet again, and believe me, I wanted to even put her at number 1, but I had some debates and talks with other sweaty players to really consider this top 3. But man, she's so broken after the buff. She's pretty much like light Odin, where she can't be KO'd on the flag. But the issue with her is she has a counter. So even, for example, Shanks, who has a 2-part skill 2 to guaranteed KO someone. For Odin, Shanks could bait out your dodge and then get you with the 2nd part to guarantee the KO. With Yamato, he could bait out your dodge, but you still have the counter ready. So even Shanks, who has guaranteed KO, will not be able to get rid of you. This makes her just so annoying, and the fact that she's a runner and could actually capture flags. The only thing she's really missing is ignoring the enemy while capturing the flag. If she had that, she'd be the number 1 character in the game for forever. If she sees an open flag and runs to it, she's getting that flag. No one else is getting her off, literally. Yamato used to be super annoying for me back in the day, but here at the end of 2024, she's again being a pain in the butt in One Piece Bounty Rush. At the number 2 spot, we got a Snake. The fact that she has a teleport with her hold normal attack makes her so broken. She could just hold her normal attack, teleport to the furthest away flag. She has Mero invincible skill, could petrify people. This ignores damage reduction. She got the skill 1 that pretty much just also petrifies and gives her the flames, the extra free dodges. Even though there are characters like Jabra and other characters, maybe even Lucci could fight her, there's a lot of characters that could deal with S-Snake, don't get me wrong, but there's a reason that you have to focus at S-Snake. Is because if you don't target the S-Snake or get rid of her early game and stuff like that, she's gonna be super annoying and hard to deal with. Last but not least, we have the king of Bounty Rush right now, the number 1 EX, the number 1 character in the game, Galaxy Impact Garp. This boy is too broken. They gave him Galaxy Impact, they gave him Galaxy Divide. Both these skills go through obstacles, ignore obstacle, they ignore damage. Skill power 1000. I don't even think I read that before, bro. Like that's just crazy, bro. That's just crazy. This dude, he's crazy. Even his skill 1 blue hole, it's a teleport skill. It has invincibility. This one's really nice, and he's honestly, if you haven't seen my gameplay yet, go watch the gameplay. Garp deals with anything and everything. This boy is so broken, man. He's so broken. But there you have it. That is the best characters of 2024 in One Piece Bounty Rush. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Definitely leave a like if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Join the Discord, all that good stuff. I hope you guys have a happy New Year's with your family and friends, all that. And 2025 is definitely gonna be a super exciting year for Bounty Rush. We're gonna get 2 new EXs still in January. Going to LA to see. Probably they're probably reveal the EX in LA. But keep in mind, One Piece is going to be on break until April 2025. So I don't know all the characters that we'll be getting up until the anime resumes again. But hey man, 2024 W year for Bounty Rush, and I hope for more to come in 2025. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next live stream or video. Peace.